So I said to the vicar, "F me if I'm wrong, Father, but you want to my don't you?"
In the 1960s, comedienne Musty Miller's not quite meteoric rise to fame saw her go from performing in seedy clubs to performing in more seedy clubs. However, despite her obscurity, her raunchy comedy briefly made her a heroine of the women's liberation movement. But 10 years, 4 albums, 12 failed marriages, and 1 massive alcohol addiction later, Musty faded into the background.
Go? Is it now? Oh, it's on. Musty's comedy was truly revolutionary. She was actually the first female comic to say douchehammer on stage.
Not much is known about Musty's early years, but we do know that for the story to fit the formula, she must have come from humble roots, probably from a small town somewhere, likely poor. This rare 1962 footage shows her very first stand-up performance under her real name.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Eileen Johnson, and may I say, sir, you have a very small Johnson.
She almost got arrested for that one. The world was not ready for small Johnson jokes in the 60s. But now it's all female comics talk about.
Not to be deterred, Eileen became Musty and continued to perform in small clubs, refining her act. In 1964, she came up with a bit that would make her famous.
All you women in the audience, I know that sometimes it seems like men have all the power, but we have something that they don't. 2 things, in fact. They're called titties. And it's about time we started using them. Maestro? Knock your titties around. Knock your titties around. Knock your titties around. Oh, knock your titties around. Everybody knock your titties around. Knock your titties around. Knock your titties around. Oh, knock your titties around.
Knock your titties around was revolutionary. Doing this became the essential gesture for the feminist movement at the time.
Tits have voices too! Tits have voices too!
All across America, women are knocking their titties around as a sign of solidarity.
So what does this mean?
It's a sign of freedom and liberation from our male oppressors.
Only we can knock our titties around. You can't. You don't have titties.
You are aware that women already have the right to vote, right?
What?
In this rare interview from 1987, Musty reflects on her impact on feminism.
I was never really comfortable with my title as the great aunt of the feminist movement for 2 reasons. 1, I'm a comedian. And 2, mother of the feminist movement would have probably made more sense.
Enjoying her newfound success, Musty was invited to exclusive parties. She once met Lenny Bruce at the Playboy Mansion.
Lenny Bruce called me a bitch and a sellout. But then he went down on me, so I guess I win.
Musty released several albums after Knock Your Titties Around, including Dirty Broad, Knock Your Titties Around Some More, and Lenny Bruce called me a bitch and a sellout, but then he went down on me, so I guess I win. But as the 60s wore on, the fad of women knocking their titties around diminished, and was even criticized by some feminists.
Oh yes, even though it was popular among feminists for a time to knock their titties around, eventually some women started to question what doing this actually meant.
Like so many bras in the 60s, Musty's career went up in flames. Desperate for work, depressed, and having just divorced her 10th husband, Musty moved to Canada, performing in small clubs in small towns in Alberta, often quite drunk. The following extremely rare footage shows Musty at her lowest point.
It's great to be here in Cochrane. I love Cochrane, probably because it has the word cock in it. And as many of you know, I love cock.
Oh. Sick.
I guess you're all just threatened by a smart, sexy, powerful, liberated woman like me. So fine, I'll give you what you really want.
All right, we'll get you a cab. Okay.
Her material having degenerated into cheap jokes about her pudenda and bragging about sleeping with all 5 members of the Rat Pack, Musty eventually quit performing altogether. In this, her final super-duper rare interview, Musty sums up what it all meant.
I just want women to remember one thing. It doesn't matter if your titties are big or small, you can still knock 'em around.
Next week on Obscure Comedy Legends, Bucky Simpson, the beltless comic.
I was wondering if anybody saw my belt. It's leather, and I think I left it out back behind the wall.
Falling asleep over here.